Joining me now in the studio is Duncan Gardam. Duncan is a security expert. Duncan, these people inside, do they care if they live or die? The terrorists?
The attackers? Probably not, no. This is probably what they describe as a Fedayeen-style attack. They see fighting in the cause of Allah and achieving martyrdom as a guarantee of entry into paradise. And in that sense, if they die while fighting, they won't be worried at all.
OK, well, the latest information we have is that most of the mall is secured, most of the hostages are out. Take a look now at how the attack was carried out, and we'll talk more to Duncan after this.
The Westgate shopping mall is vast, more than 80 shops spread over 350,000 square feet on 5 floors. It's understood the terrorists entered the mall in 3 groups, one through the main doors, one through the parking entrance, and another through a gap on the perimeter. The first reports to the police were of an armed robbery in the Nakumat supermarket on the ground floor. But the terrorists, some with scarves over their faces, others with hoods up, moved quickly and deliberately through the building, picking off shoppers. On the second floor is the Planet Media cinema complex. Some terrorists reportedly barricaded themselves in there, at least initially. The Kenyan security services have told Sky News they've been monitoring the toilet blocks which occupy a corner of the building. But the current situation is anything but clear. Some sources say the terrorists are on the second floor, others say the third.
Well, wherever they are, the latest line that we're getting in via Mogadishu is saying that the Shabab terrorists threatened to kill whatever hostages are left. That is the standoff situation that we have there. Duncan Gardam is a security expert on all of this. For people who haven't heard of them, who are Al-Shabaab and what is their motivation for this attack?
Shabab is a militant group in Somalia. It means the youth. And they grew up in a very similar way to the way the Taliban grew up in Afghanistan. They're originally part of something called the Islamic Courts Union, which was a more moderate movement, although also Islamic. And they've taken over vast swathes of Somalia and indeed of Mogadishu, and have been controlling it for quite some time until the Kenyans helped in a pushback. And they've had a lot of their territory taken over and have lost control of Mogadishu and also of a key port further north.
Duncan, as to how the attack was masterminded and who is actually behind it, what do you make of these claims on the front pages of many of the newspapers today that a widow of one of the 7/7 London bombers, Samantha Lethwaite, has been linked to all of this?
Well, Samantha Lethwaite has been a key figure in Shabab. But her role has been largely in fundraising, but she was also involved in a plot in Mombasa at the end of 2011, where they found large amounts of explosives and some maps of Western hotels and restaurants. And in a sense, that was the first indicator that Shabab were going after Kenyan and Western interests rather than just fighting the battle within their own borders.
What changes after this? What will they have achieved, if anything?
Well, they will have achieved their basic aim, which of course is to terrorise the population of Kenya and also Westerners, which they're also aiming at. But they'll also feel that they've been able to take the fight back to the Kenyans in a way that they haven't been able to over the last 18 months or so, partly because the terrorist organisation has been riven by divisions, and only 10 days ago a British guy was reportedly killed by his own side as part of that factional infighting.
OK, Duncan, thanks for your insight.